Hi everyone. So in this video I'm going to show you how you can download Phaser. So Phaser is a very powerful desktop and mobile game development framework, and it's based in JavaScript only. So you can go to the download button, okay, and you will also find the GitHub repository. But what we will do, we will just download the JS file, okay. So you can see there are two JavaScript files. For your development purpose, you can simply go with this JS file, and if you want to put your code on a production system, you can download the minified JS file, okay. So that will have all the spaces, white spaces removed. You can see this will be a okay, this is how the file looks like. Let me show you. Okay, so you can see the entire code is compressed into a single file. So this is phaser.min.js. This is not very useful if you want to read and understand what goes behind the code. The file that is more useful is phaser.js, because you can open up the framework file and you can see what all functions are implemented and all that stuff, okay. But still, it's a very big file. It won't be possible for you to go into this file and debug things. What you can do is you can actually go to the Phaser GitHub repo, and you will find that all the different components that are there in the Phaser. So let me first give you one example. So you can build cool games like this Atari Breakout game, very popular and classical game, but still it's a relatively simpler game. You will find more examples in the Phaser section. We like build this snakes game also. You can also build the snakes game using Phaser, and they have also given the corresponding code for it. So you can try to play with this game and try to understand how they have done it, okay. So lot more things you can do. You can add sounds, you can add animations, you can create complex games like a Flappy Bird game or a space shooter game. And when you go on building games, lot of advanced data structures such as splay trees or object pools. For example, in this video you will see when we are firing bullets. So what is a bullet? So each bullet is actually an object, okay. So if we keep on firing bullets, we are creating more and more objects in the memory, okay. So that is going to lead to lot of memory utilization. But what we can do is, instead of creating new objects every time, we can one option is we can create objects, and those objects which go out of the screen, we destroy them, okay, using the, let's say, new and the delete operations. But what happens is these new and delete operations are quite expensive. So in order to avoid these new and delete operations, we can keep a object pool of fixed size. So what we need is, let's say we need 10 bullets, and we are going to recycle them, okay. So we will do recycling, and this data structure to do the recycling is called as object pool. So what you do, you say, okay, we will have, at any given point, we will have 10 maximum bullets on the screen. Once they go out of the screen, we will not destroy them, we will put them back into the pool, so that when the shooter has to shoot the bullet, it will come automatically from that particular pool, okay. So these type of data structures are actually used to improve the performance of the games, okay. And yeah, so let's go to the GitHub repository of the Phaser and see, okay. And the latest version of the Phaser is actually Phaser 3. So you will work with the Phaser 3 version. You can download, okay. And you can see this is the GitHub repository by PhotonStorm, and this is the Phaser development repository, and lot of new tutorials and updates keep on coming every month, okay. So let's go into the okay, you need to go into this folder called source, and inside the source folder you can find a lot of things. There is a module for cameras. We will see in game how to use the camera, or how to add camera related effects. you will find lot of folders here. Okay, so all of the code is clubbed into the file phasor.js, but this is how the code for different modules. For example, there is a physics engine. So in the physics engine, you will have functionality to add gravity to an object. You will have an option to adjust velocity, acceleration, collision handling. So all those functions are written in the corresponding files. So if needed, we will go through some of these JS files while building our games. Okay, but so I showed you this repository because if you're stuck at some point, if you want to understand what parameters should go to this function, either you can take help from examples. Lot of examples on different type of components of Phasor are there. For example, there are examples on how to use the camera. Okay, how to work with the audio. You will find a lot of examples in the audio section. So that's all. So what you need to do is you just need to download the JS file and keep the JS file in the same folder where you are going to work. And from the very next video, we are going to start building our first game in Phasor.